the intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Welcome back, Star Trek Fleet Command fans. There's a new pack in the game, and I think I'm to blame. And it makes me feel two ways, one good, one negative. And if this is not the perfect like this video, in my opinion, this would be the perfect way for me to describe what it's like to work with Scopely and why I stay in like a constant mode of either quasi frustration or pure frustration. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it because, whew, man, how about I just jump to it? I mean, we don't like the filler. Some people do. If you like filler, hey, comment. I want to know if you like filler. Filler, woohoo! Most people are going to say no, and there's legitimate reason for that. But let's talk about what I'm talking about. So, a couple of months ago, I approached the good friends at Star Trek Fleet Command about needing a new pack for new players. Now, let me go ahead and say this was not just full Rev Deuce credit. This is, comes from talking to new players and, Server 77 and 83 and 85 and all the new ones that have launched, and understanding that there's a problem with officer sourcing early in game. Now, I'm not trying to say that I want packs to fix the problem. Like, good Lord knows if Rev does that, y'all are going to just eviscerate the channel. I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying that things need to be updated. The economy needs to be updated. The officer source needs to be updated. All that, but as well, packs need to get things need to get updated. And people are willing to spend money on the game. We know that is part of it. We can't really fret over it. However, this got recently added, and this is, I'm assuming, now, y'all know I've been taking a few days break from them, but this is something I brought a couple months ago, and then DJ messaged me this morning, boom, okay, it worked that time, and said, hey, see, you get things done. DJ was proud of me. I'm like, well, thanks, but I'm not, because they missed the point. And honestly, like I said, I am happy that they listened. They created something based on player feedback, and I'm a player, and y'all are players, and it's something that we needed, a better way to source. And I'll just go ahead and say this. If you're seeing this pack in your store, let me just be fair and objective. It's actually a good pack. This is a good pack. There's nothing wrong with this at all. It's giving you the full Pike Chin crew. Granted, Chin's not maxed immediately. There's value there. I'm not saying there's not, but that's not what I asked for. And herein lies the problem. I have no problem with Scopely trying to make money. They're a game and a gaming company. Shocker, they're trying to make money. But it became a $100 pack. Would everybody like to know what I actually tried to suggest and build upon? Something tells me you probably do. Now, I will say, like I said, there's value in this pack. Depending on what you see, at what level you are, there's value. I mean, for me, it's got uncommons, it's got officer badges, it's got 4.5 million XP, etc. So yes, not denying that there's value in this $100 pack. I think they put it together a decent pack. But here's what I actually asked for. So if you remember, there are several other packs in the game that are cheaper in price. And what I asked for was a $20 pack built around the idea of how the Shakedown Cruise works. So I took an existing standard that they had set, and I tried to copy it and say, here's what I would like instead. Now, I did not include Pike. I did not include Moreau. They were not even part of my original ask. What I specifically asked for was a pack, $20, that contained Chin shards, Talon shards, and if they were feeling generous, Cath shards. And specifically, I wanted to give away at least 30 Chin shards because you need to start leveling up Chin early. I did not include Pike. I did not include Moreau. The only rare I included was Cath, which is a new one, but it was a stretch. And I was like, you know what? If a sacrifice has to be made, we'll just take Cath out. It's fine. Everybody still needs Chin and Talon. But I had built an idea, and I had talked to multiple dev team members. I talked to Eco. I said, look, this is what I would like. Can we make it? All based off the Shakedown Cruise, which we have had for multiple times. It's how people get Leslie. Leslie, a very good officer. People use him in Stellas and everything all the time. But here's a pack with 4 officers. I was looking for a pack with 2 officers, understanding the importance of a couple of these officers. And that's it. I didn't want anything else. I didn't need all your uncommons, your badges, or your doodads. I just wanted the officers. Now, I want to point out real quick, just to be honest, this is not a bad pack, and I would not have had an issue with it being created if I got my other one too. Do you hear what I'm saying? I have no problem with this if I also had this. Imagine that's Chin and Talon. I guess I could have made a pretty graphic, but imagine that was a Chin and Talon pack. $20 helps new players out the gate get their hostile crew, because you can still run Cadet, well, you run Cadet Uhura, Cadet McCoy. It's kind of changed now to Next Gen LaForge and Next Gen Crusher, but it's the same idea. You can run your Cadet crew with these as you work up to getting Pike and Moreau. That's what everybody does. And yeah, now you can buy it, no problem. If you want to give somebody $100, let them spend it. If you want to spend $100, I'm not even telling you not to buy this pack. If you're a new player in the game and you want to ask legitimately, is this pack worth it? Oh, if you're willing to spend $100, yeah, it's good. But the compromise should have been, hey, we like your idea, but we think we could do better, and we'll give you both of them. Like, would it really have hurt to create the pack that I actually asked for that came directly from player feedback and then just had both of them? Could we have had the hostile grinding pack that I asked for and then the Pike Crew special? Both packs. Now, like I said, I cannot guarantee the pack behind you was directly responsible to me. I can say that I got congratulated for it, so I would assume it's mine based off my idea from a couple months ago. But even if it's not, it does show that they listened to the feedback and they maybe had it in their back pocket and just played that card. Either way, it still avoided the main thing that was requested. And that's what frustrates me so much. It's not that Scopa didn't listen. It's that they listened and said, we like your idea, but wait, we're going to turn this into a massive monetary juggernaut. And the only way to get it is to spend big bucks. Just big like Rev on screen. Massive bucks. Just give me both. That's what's frustrating about working with Scopely. Once again, no problem with the pack in the background. The Pike Crew special is fine. But the premise of the pack was to get a $20 option out there to immediately allow you to source these officers. Let me explain why I wanted to immediately source these officers. Chin is one of, if not the most important card of the game, especially for players who aren't able to hit or aren't trying to hit level 52 or higher hostiles. Now, if you go into your officer recruit tab, one of the reasons that this has become a problem is your standard recruit that has Chin has become overloaded with other officers like the next gen set that have entered, making it more difficult to get Talon just from a mathematical standpoint, making it more difficult to get Chin. So you can get her, and one way that I tell players like, yo, use Latinum. If you don't have enough standard recruits, blow every bit of Latinum that you get as a low level player on these. Now I've maxed all mine out already, but spend a 400 Latinum per and you just keep dropping it because you want to max out Chin. You want to unlock Chin. Well, it's difficult now because as the game has added new officers, these are the type of problems that present themselves. And the only way to fix that problem is to address it in a multitude of ways. Better officer sourcing, so fixing this chest to where you can actually get more. Why it's been forgotten about, I don't know. You updated the ultra chest to pay out more, but you haven't ever updated this to pay out more. It still pays out the same. Here, click standard recruit. Bingo, 3. Make it 5, make it 6. Who are you hurting? Well, you've replaced every officer in this group, Scopely. T'Pring, there's a Borg version. Stan, there's a Borg version. Barrett, there's a Borg. Literally all these have been replaced except for Chin. All these are no longer really used at all. I mean, Gala, okay, Gala's still kind of used, but very limited. Chin, I mean, I've seen Gonzalez a couple. I mean, they're almost all useless, honestly. They're away team officers. You use these for stat stacking. That is completely it. So the point I'm making is, all this was designed to help you provide a paying option to something that you should also be doing in the free option. Both of these things need updates, and listening to the players doesn't mean taking the idea, building and turning it into a $100 pack. There's nothing wrong with a $20 pack. I'm not saying stop selling your enterprise for $800. Please stop selling. Why are you selling this? Make your money, Scopely. I'm not trying to stop you from making money. What I am trying to do is, not everybody's willing to spend $100. They sometimes only need Chin and Talon. Can we not grasp this fact? So anyway, that's why I was frustrated. And that's why, even though this is a good value pack, I still sit here going, you missed the point, Scopely. Please start listening. Just give us what we asked for. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate the bonus refinery. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate the Picard Day pack. But this especially kind of ground my gears, which is why when DJ messaged it to me this morning, I was like, yeah, I'm actually irate because I've been bragging about how they're listening in the past 2 months. And there's new people and they're changing and you just got to wait. Well, this is during that time. So yeah, maybe I'm just talking out the side of my neck right now, but Anyway, let me know what you think. As always, I'm open to hearing the players and getting your takes, your opinions. But if this hopefully gives you a glimpse behind the curtain while Rev is always some form of frustrated, it's not that they're doing even bad with this. It's just do both. Make a $20 and a $100. Hell, make a $20, $50, and $100. Make the $50 pack have a little bit of resources in it. Make it a scale system and encourage us to spend more because we always get better value from the $100. Like a $20 pack does never have as much value as the 100. It's not a, you multiply the $20 pack by 5, you get a $100 pack. It's never like that. This is always the best value. So anyway, that's enough ranting. That's enough rambling. I do have good news though for you. For those who've been waiting, we're gonna have a lot of battle logs here in our video tomorrow, going over the Strange New World officers. Many of you have been asking about those. Here, let me just take this off the screen. Bloop. Down here, I did unlock Strange New World Pike with my leaderboard. I spent way too many resources, but it was worth it. I've got the officers unlocked, so I'll have some film study of Star Trek Fleet Command for you. And you'll notice that I'm almost 2.5 million power stronger than the last time you saw me, because I had to fly through a lot to get to where I needed. But I finished in the leaderboard, and when in like 30 years I actually get my avatar I won. Yeah, Rev won the avatar, but doesn't have it. When I actually get that, well, we'll show that off too. Deuces, y'all. Live long and prosper. Stay safe with the Space Cowboys. I'll catch you on the next one. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Howdy.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.